This is a BrooklynComicShop.com toy review for Teela, Masters of the Universe Classics. And here we have three different versions of Teela. The one on the left is the Ultimate version, released by Super 7 last year. The one on the right is the Filmation Style version, released by Super 7 in their Club Grayskull exclusive recently. And the one in the middle is the Teela that was released with the Talon Fighter Point Dread that was still when Mattel was producing these. And she is also meant to be a Filmation style Teela. So I'm going to review the three of them. The first on the left is the Ultimate version of Teela, which really is an ultimate version of Teela. It gives you her toy look, which is very detailed, reminiscent of the 1970s Barbarian feature, which was a major influence on the comic book. She's detailed in a lot of aspects of her costuming, her bracelets, her armbands, her armor. Even her boots have the straps and the detail in the fur of the boots as well. She comes with three different heads. Actually, comes with four heads, you really can count it, but three alternate heads. The red head on the left is her traditional look. This was released with her original figure. And we have also a blonde version of that, which is new to this toy, which is exactly the same as the one on the left, but just now in blonde, because in the mini comics she was a blonde. And it's pretty much as simple as that. If you want some variation in the blonde look, this is the Battleground Teela hair. This was already released prior in the Mattel exclusives line. And then you have what she's wearing now, which is some of her battle armor, her armored head look, which she completes with the reptile chest and neck piece, cowl, I would say. It has a beautiful packaging, Masters of the Universe from 1983, that very classic look to it, and really is that ultimate style. Now, I don't believe that behind her is a mini comic. I believe that's just a display piece, a print of what the mini comic would have been. And there you have for the Ultimate Teela released by Super 7. In comparison, we have the Filmation Teela, which was recently released. This is the version that's based on the Filmation cartoon show. And it really carries through a lot of the great qualities of the cartoon. Flat features, flat painting, minimal details. You can already see immediately on the bracelets, on the chest armor, completely different than what we're looking at from left to right. Her face is beautiful. The red is very clear in her hair. Her eyes are very nice. The paint on all the gold paints are flat. They're not actually gold. All the details have been removed from the sword and the shield to reflect that animation style. And in the middle we have the Point Dread Teela. The Point Dread Teela, she was only released with Point Dread Talon Fighter. And she was released in this order. She was the earliest of the releases we have here. And she really reflects the merging of the two styles. She has some of the details on the boots of the Ultimate version. She has a lot of the bracelets and minimal details of the Filmation character. She has the colored swords and a little bit details on the shield. But overall, she really feels like she's a merging of the two, which I like. The major difference between her and the Filmation version, there are two. The one that people really notice are the eyes. The eyes to the Talon Fighter Teela seem to be a little bit droopy, and if you're that picky, then you're going to notice it. I notice it, I don't really mind it. The one on the right, you'll see her eyes are clear, big, open, a little bit different expression. What I love about the Talon Fighter Teela is that she has a toned skin, kind of like the Barbarian versions, kind of a little bit more treated in that classic style, whereas the Filmation version is completely flat. So her color tones are very light, really no tone at all, just the color of the plastic. The other major difference between these two is the swivel at the waist, which for the Classics Teela probably fits in better with the Classics line. But for the Filmation version, I believe that's on a ball joint. I'm not going to show you it right now because I haven't actually decided if I'm opening either of these. But my understanding is that the Teela Filmation on the right is a ball joint, whereas this one is a cut joint. You also see that the weapons retain some of their details. And I really do like the sculpt. I think she's a perfect merging of the two styles, and I like that uniqueness about them. I sometimes feel the Filmation style is a bit flat, and sometimes I feel the classic style has a bit too much detail. This is the Teela I remember, and this is the Teela it looks like I'm going to end up keeping. So that means that the other two are going to end up on brooklyncomicsshop.com. They'll be for sale. You can find comic books, exclusives, signed exclusive, other vintage toys from the 80s. I hope you enjoyed this review and found it helpful. Thank you very much for watching.